Alright, that is right, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to be ranking my top 10 players in MCC 17. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, a little disclaimer before I start this video. This is all my opinion. You don't have to agree with it, but yeah. Without further ado, let's go. Now, Wisp has never gotten an official top 10, but he has gotten 12th, and he got 7th in the Pride event, meaning that he is a very skilled Minecraft player. He has been really improving in the area of PvP, and he's always been a decent movement player. I think if the right game order is picked, he can get 10th and maybe even higher. I expect this to be his best canon event, but I don't expect him to get higher than 7th, meaning it wouldn't be his technical best event, but I think he's going to do very well. Right, and at number 9, I'm going to go with punz. Now, this seems pretty low for punz, given that he got first in the last event, but I do think the punz had a pretty decent team there, much better than his team now, and so I'm going to have to bump him down to number 9, which feels like a really big drop, but top 10 is just top 10, so I'm going to be putting him there for now. He could definitely get first again, there is no doubting that, but I see a significant lower chance of him getting top 10 this event than last event. At number 8, I'm going to go with phillza. Now, phillza and wisp are on the same team, meaning that if they're both in the top 10, that means they do very well in the team games. And phillza has always been a great movement player as well, meaning that if the right game order is picked, just like wisp, I think he can even get better than this. Now, Phil is a very momental player, meaning that he can have great moments and he can have some poor moments, but I do think he's going to have a good event this time. Now at number 7, I'm going to put hbomb. Since hbomb has a pretty solid team with a bunch of decent players, I think that they're going to be pretty good in the team games, and hbomb is a good movement player. Not so great at the PvP, but I don't think that's much of a handicap, given that he's still a better PvPer than a bunch of people in this event. So I'm going to put him at 7 for now. At number 6, I'm going to go with lliumina. Now, I would put him a bit higher, but there is some people that I think will do a bit better. Now, he is on a team with fruit, meaning that he's going to obviously get some fruits points, as some of the teams will split points during some of the games. Such as Sands of Time, everybody will split the points for that game. Meaning that if they do well and stuff like that, they're going to get a good score. So I'm going to put him at 6 for now. At number 5, I'm going to go with sapnap. Sapnap has been doing amazing in the past events. Obviously, he only got 8th place in the last event. I shouldn't really be saying only because that's still a great performance, but that is his worst performance of Season 2. But this team is significantly better than the team he had last time, so I think he's going to really climb that leaderboard and get top 5. At number 4, I'm going to go with Dream. Now, Dream has a reputation now of bringing not great teams to the finals and winning with them. Now, I do think that Dream is a phenomenal player, but I think there are still 3 players that are better than him. He's obviously a great movement player, and if there is still Parkour Warrior in this, I would put him top 2, maybe even first place. But for now, I'm going to have him at 4. At number 3, I'm going to go with an old reliable, and that is Quig. Quig has a pretty decent team, meaning that he's going to be able to motivate them and bring them hopefully to a great placement. Now, he is going to have a little bit of a struggle, given that his team is mostly focused on the more team-based things and aren't great at PvP, which is going to be a pretty big handicap, but I do think he can look past that as he is one of the best PvPers in the whole event. At number 2, we have a little bit of a surprising pick. Lots of people would put him at number 1, but with his last performance not being so great, I'm going to put him at number 2, and that is Petezhahut. Petezhahut is obviously a phenomenal player, but he did lose a little bit of points given that he only got 12th in the last event, or 13th, one of the two. So I'm going to have to put him at 2, but that is still a phenomenal placement. And at number 1, the one person you haven't seen yet, Fruitberries. Fruitberries is a phenomenal player who's been doing good in most events. He did have one off event in MCC 15, I believe, but that is fine. Everybody has off events sometimes, and I think he's going to bounce back with lliumina and get first place. And right before I end the video, I took a really long time editing this one. It's a new thing I'm going to try and do. Maybe just doing a little bit more editing than I usually do. So it'd be really nice if you could like and subscribe, given that this video took a lot longer than all the rest of my videos.